doing this study at Euvic, what we really want to hear from our customers, right? I think that as a former product manager, kind of one of these key aspects of product management is about iterating on customer feedback and really understanding your customers' pains and understanding, why customers make the decisions that they do. That's the only way that you can make a good product. And I think that a lot of service companies, they don't have that approach, right? They're running the services and they're providing the services the way that they want to, but they're not as focused on kind of, hey, what does the customer want? What does the customer find valuable? And so we ran the study essentially to find that information, right? How can we provide a service such that our customers will have confidence in us and trust in us and will kind of support the activities that we're doing? How can we, speak to customers in the way they want to be speak? How can we plug up any holes or pains that customers traditionally have with outsourcing providers, right? So problems in communication, problems in time zone, right? How can we address those issues so that our customers are getting the best product, so to speak, the product that they really deserve? Specifically, when we look at kind of non-tech companies, they have higher rates of satisfaction. They're less likely to consider the vendors. And in a lot of cases, it's not because these vendors are better, right? But actually, it can be just because the clients don't know where the vendor is struggling or where the vendor is not delivering, right? And how it compares to other vendors because they simply don't have that context, right? So part of this study was like, okay, how can we understand that context, right? How can we understand, how other clients feel about it, but also kind of the differences between some different types of clients and how they approach their outsourcing providers, right? And how, for example, tech companies will be more likely to evaluate their vendors, will be less satisfied with their vendors, and non-tech companies are less. But also, kind of on top of that, some of the different projects that companies are working on and using outsourcing vendors for, right? A lot of times, you can see trends in a particular direction that aren't reflected in the market yet, right? We can see that, obviously AI is a huge, let's say, it's an important headline on the market, right? It's very big right now. A lot of companies believe that the only way that you can get quality AI resources is through in-house data science teams and building up this entire data science teams to leverage this technology. And we can see that because a lot of companies right now aren't, using outsourcing providers for kind of AI purposes. But we also see where the trends are heading. And we can also see that moving forward, a lot of companies are considering using AI outsourcing partners for AI use cases. You can see that a lot of companies are starting those projects with outsourcing providers, and that really can kind of almost predict where the market is heading. Whereas, hey, AI used to be the domain of big tech and Facebook and Google, and it was something that was unachievable and unusable by, let's say, a smaller company or a non-tech company. But with the advent of kind of these outsourced AI resources, that's no longer the case, right? You as a smaller company or as a non-tech company can use AI, I don't want to say as effectively as companies with, thousands of data scientists, but you can definitely get these incremental improvements on your existing processes using AI. So we've conducted this huge study, and of course, a lot of it is confidential. We can't give away, our secret sauce too much. But definitely, if you're interested in learning a little bit more, we can share some of the details that we've kind of held back from some of these online articles with you. And definitely for our clients and partners, we're able to share a lot more information. So what I would say is that if some of this information interests you, if you kind of like what you're seeing and are interested in learning more, just please reach out to us. We have a contact form below. And we're happy to provide anything that can make your business run better.